Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. I love you all. My name is MiAh the King, and I've been reading a horror story in Braille, and something bad is going to happen. I could just feel it. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me, and I hope you'll stick around. If not for the funny jokes at the start of every single video, then perhaps because I can help you figure out if you need this game, or that game, in 10 minutes or less. Now then, today we're taking a look at a game just released for early purchase on Steam called Dune Awakening, an open-world survival crafting game based in the world of Dune. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Dune was not the genre I was into. It was a little bit before my time, and instead of going with Dune, I chose to go with Star Wars as a kid, so I've got absolutely zero connection to this source material at all, and will be judging this strictly on its gameplay merits, so sorry for that. So this game was developed and published by Funcom, released not in early access, and is selling for $50 in 5 days, or $70 right now, which honestly is kind of some bullshit. You want to charge 10 extra bucks to play it 5 days early, fine, but 20 extra bucks? That's some bullshit, and I do not agree. Wanted to point that out. So, what even is this game anyway, and is it even worth it? Well, let's dive in and find out. So, basically, you play as a convict who meets up with some old lady who makes you force your hand into her box. Yes, it sounds dirty. No, I'm not joking.
Put your hand in the box.
Anyway, she wants you to go to some planet I can't pronounce and locate some people who disappeared. Now, you're there, and thanks to a ruthless guide who shoots down your ship, then plays innocent about it, you're on your way to adventure, and welcome to the world. So as always, let's go into the good and the bad, followed by my final thoughts, shall we? So the first positive point I'd really like to talk about is the graphics. They are phenomenal. I don't even have them on the highest setting and they look this good, which is incredibly impressive. The game has some amazing details and color choices with great contrast, and overall, it's just beautiful to look at. It just goes to show that it doesn't matter what kind of environment you're in, you could still make good color choices and blending effects to make it attractive, and they did it well here. Even the character designs and the details with faces or facial expressions is really well tuned and looking good, and throughout my play, I just kept staring at everything because it all looked so good. I mean, just look at this damn thing! Next up for the positives was the sound design. The music is subtle, but also poignant and moving. It comes and goes when appropriate, isn't cringy or overbearing, sets the mood perfectly, and works really well with what you're doing no matter the situation. And despite never seeing the Dune movies, this music sounds perfectly Dune. As for the sound effects, they sound really realistic with the perfect amount of punch, and overall the quality is just as good as the music, with little details everywhere, which I enjoyed very much. And then the game even has voice acting, quite a lot of it in fact, and none of it poorly done. Overall, the voice actors did a great job here. They fit, they sound real, and they really help immerse you further, and so far, I've seen every NPC that I've come into contact with, even the scavengers you can kill, have voices, which is a nice touch. The next positive point I'd like to talk about is the gameplay. Now, I can't go too far into this because this is one of those games that requires a lot of time and attention to experience everything, and for now, what I've experienced is pretty awesome. But let me try and keep it brief regardless. You could scavenge for resources like you normally would in any survival game, but they took it a step further by adding this cool little mining technique. You have to scan something with your mining device and then cut a beam across the line that is highlighted to instantly get the resources. I don't know why, but I absolutely love this mechanic. It is so damn satisfying. You can build bases which will protect you from the sandstorms. You need to stay out of direct sunlight because if you're in sunlight for too long, you're going to get heat stroke. And I'm not even kidding, that's real in this game. You need to keep yourself hydrated or you'll start suffering from debuffs. You can extract blood from your enemies and place it into a purifier to get water, or just be a vampire and drink their blood, but I'd not recommend that. The combat is simple but satisfying against NPCs, with tons of random events here and there for you to engage in, including inhaling spice, which gives you visions, aka little puzzle gauntlets you have to run. Not too sure what inhaling the spice actually does yet, but it's a cool little mechanic. And, yeah, watch out for the open sands. Don't make a lot of noise. I kind of learned that one the hard way. So, yeah, fuck those sandworms. Seriously. Either way, the gameplay here is super interesting and engaging with a detailed, immense research screen, level up skill tree, and equipment. I could continue to gush on about the fantastic gameplay, but since I've not experienced all of it, I can't even describe all of its coolness. So for now, just take my word for it. The gameplay is fun, cohesive, and best of all, it was addictive. This next positive point is just a special point that I want to make. It's a game that looks like a AAA and plays like a AAA, but it's not from a AAA studio, nor is it selling at a AAA studio price. They're only charging $50 for this game, and that alone gives it a nice little bump. Kudos, game devs, for thinking of the gamers and not being too greedy despite how massive this game is, despite the fact that you're also charging $70 for an early... You know what, moving on. And last but not least that I'd like to talk about is the user interface, controls, and tutorial. The tutorial is great. It's simple, easy to understand, in line with the story, and lets you figure out things step by step simply so that when you're done, the gameplay and mechanics just feel natural and easy to navigate. Then you've got the controls, and for the most part, they're pretty great feeling. I will say the downside is the building. When it comes to building your base, the controls seem very poorly optimized, and I wanted to make that specially clear. Everywhere else, fine, it works just great, it's a lot of fun, but game devs, you gotta add a patch or something to really help with the building mechanics, as it is very clunky, awkward, and annoying. I normally love to build in survival games, and I don't want to do it here. Then you've got the UI. It actually looks and feels like Dune-style user interface with the font, color choices, organization, and so on. Overall, I didn't feel overwhelmed or thought it was confusing or hard to navigate or understand at all, which is always a great thing to help the players get immersed. Now, that's all I got positively to say about the game, and next we gotta go into the negatives. But before that, I'd like to humbly make a request. My channel is small, and I am constantly working to get it larger while also trying to take care of 2 small children. In other words, it's very hard to do YouTube and raise a family at the same time. So I would really appreciate any support you guys can give. Like, comment, subscribe, share the content, and hit that notification bell. It all really helps me a lot, and I'm getting so close to 5,000 subs, and would really appreciate you helping me get there. Alright? Thank you. Now then, on to the negatives. So for me, and for most people, the first negative is the stability, which is also, well, yeah, it's a lot of people's problem with the game, actually. Pretty much the main problem anybody seems to have with the game right now. I have seen post after post after post online of people frustrated or angry at how unstable this game is. And while I personally didn't experience anything super bad, I did experience a lot of annoyances. Sometimes my guy just won't reload his gun, which was frustrating. My frame rate was literally all over the place, sometimes 60, sometimes 150, sometimes 5. It was super frustrating. I was clipping, jittering, and experiencing a lot of lag as well. And reading online, a lot of people crashing or unable to even log in, and you're starting to get the picture. The game is highly unstable right now, and these guys got about 5 days to fix it before their actual release date, or people are just not going to play. And I understand. I understand why. No matter how good the game is, if it's unplayable, it's just unplayable. So keep in mind that for a lot of people right now, which could be you, the game just isn't playable, and it might be big enough of a deal for you to just wait until they add a patch or update to fix it. Along with that is the animations, which are super clunky, awkward, and some are downright slow, so slow that it puts you in a very vulnerable position frequently, and I don't like that either. And honestly, that's pretty much the only real negative that I have for the game. Now don't get me wrong, it's a huge negative. But from a purely development and unbiased look at the game whilst playing, it was really the only thing I could think of that was super wrong with this game. I mean, the idea is super interesting, the story is engaging, the world massive and immersive with tons of creativity and ingenuity in it, the graphics look great, the sounds sound great, the characters are interesting, the gameplay is fun and engaging, and there's just so much positive here that I actually couldn't really think of anything else negative to say. All I keep picturing is me and my friends playing this game online. Keep in mind, this is one of those games that really takes a lot of time to get into and see everything, and I just don't have that capability right now. But as of this moment, with what I've played so far, the game is freaking phenomenal, and that price tag in 5 days is a damn steal. So here's my recommendation. Wait! Wait until 5 days from now. The game is not ready to be played right now. It's got so many stability issues that you'd be wasting your $70 on something unplayable. Instead, wait to see if they make an update between now and then, or add a patch or something, and then just buy it for $50. Is it worth it then? Abso-freaking-lutely. However, not right now. Hell, if there's no patch or update or anything within 5 days, then I would just highly encourage you to wait, period, until it gets done before picking it up. So keep it on your wish list and check back every week to see if they do anything to fix that stability issues, and then you should definitely buy it and play it. I myself am going to wait and see if it gets those updates before picking it up again. And if they don't get it in 5 days, if they don't get it by the time they fully release the game, I'll probably be getting a refund, because if I'm having these issues now, I can't imagine what issues I'm going to have later, and I didn't pay $70 for a broken game. So yeah, definitely wait until it's actually fully released and see if they got anything. And if they do finally do that, I highly encourage you to pick it up. And I say all this despite your PC specs. Okay, I've been seeing people with great computers and crappy computers all having the same issue. So don't think that your awesome computer is going to save you, all right? Don't say I didn't warn you. But when this game does finally get those patches and gets that stability fixed, this game is going to be phenomenal and totally worth it. All right, everybody? All right, so that's all the time I got for today. Thanks so much for watching. With a special thanks to those of you who stuck around to the end. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.